Today we will talk about strength and willpower, two qualities that are necessary for overcoming inertia, taking action, achieving success in business, personal life, self-improvement and spiritual growth. These qualities are also needed to bring about changes in the world or implement ideas, whether it be business, philosophy or art. We will look at this topic through the prism of Eastern philosophy and the concept of chakras, the energy centers in our body. At the end of the video, I will give you simple asanas to develop the chakras and your willpower. If you balance the work of this chakra, you will be successful, hardworking, and productive. Work will bring you joy, and success will accompany you always and everywhere. And it doesn't matter what you do. You can be a successful investment banker, a florist who successfully manages a small but profitable business, a doctor who is in demand and loved and respected, or a yoga instructor whose classes are full. There are 7 main chakras that align with the spine, from the base to the crown of the head. Each chakra is associated with specific qualities and aspects of life, including emotional, physical aspects and spiritual aspects. The third chakra is called Manipura. It is located in the area of solar plexus. It is associated with fire and sun. It gives us light, warmth, energy and strength. The third chakra controls metabolism and regulates distribution of energy in our body. And what do I need it for, you may ask? Strength and willpower reside in this chakra. This chakra is also associated with our self-esteem, which empowers our will. From early childhood, we are taught to obey others. First, parents, then school teachers, spiritual guides, bosses, and governments. Of course, to some extent, this is necessary for social interaction. But many of us eventually lose connection with our will and then become powerless to cope with the difficulties in life. In extreme cases, some struggle with alcohol, drugs, or aggressive behavior. How to get rid of negative scenarios in our lives? Look, when we seek strength externally, we turn to others for guidance, becoming dependent on their approval, often casting ourselves in the role of a victim. When lacking inner strength, we constantly seek entertainment, excitement, and activity. We take on tasks, hoping to be noticed, recognized, thereby reinforcing ourselves. We seek external motivation, approval from management, colleagues, recognition from the professional community. I think you've noticed, if something doesn't work out, we blame the same colleagues, bosses, and contractors. Sometimes people blame their parents of not raising them properly or not providing the right education. Developing the third chakra enables us to stop considering ourselves victims and understand that only our efforts can lead to significant changes. If we blame others, our only hope for improvement is that others will change. But we cannot influence that. When we take responsibility, changes fall under the domain of our will. Now let's consider this with a simple example. Ask yourself a few questions. How often during the day do you look at your to-do list and tell yourself, I have to do this? We tell ourselves that we must go to work, clean the apartment, complete a task at work, or spend more time with the children. When we perceive these tasks as obligations rather than active choices, our motivation diminishes. I don't have to clean the apartment. I want to clean it because I love when it's clean at home. I don't have to go to work. I want to go to work because I enjoy receiving a salary or because I respect my commitments. This slight change in attitude will help us befriend our will and readjust it. I understand that it sounds easy, but putting it into practice can be challenging. It requires time and effort. That's why it is important to strengthen your Manipura chakra. On the one hand, we can activate the Manipura chakra by strengthening our will. On the other, by practicing yoga, we can stimulate this chakra's work, enhancing our willpower. How can you do this? I'll show you now. Plank pose strengthens the entire body, but we focus on the abdominal muscles by tucking the pubic bone towards ourselves and squeezing the abs. Chaturanga Dandasana. It's a push-up with elbows at 90 degrees and close to the torso. We also focus on engaging the abs. Brahmacharya Asana. Sit on the mat, straighten your legs or you can leave them slightly bent. Place hands near the hips and leave the pelvis off the floor. Feel the work in the abdominal muscle. Navasana. Both pose with the knees bent. Keep the lower back as straight as possible. Draw the lower belly in. Arms straight in front of you. Breathe evenly. Don't hold your breath. From here, lay down so your lower back is on the floor, transitioning into canoe pose. Interlace your thumbs. Stretch your arms behind your head. Straight legs together. Huddle them off the ground. Hold this position. And the last pose is Ardha Matsyendrasana, a twist. Bend the left leg, the right leg goes over the left thigh, right hand on the floor behind you, left hand grabs the right thigh. Exhale and twist to the right, gaze back. Deep inhale and exhale. And repeat the same on the other side. Stay in each position for 5 breath cycles. Gradually you can increase to 10 cycles. In the video description you'll find a PDF file with a description of each asana and instructions on how to perform them, so you can incorporate it in your life if you'd like. Practice, develop the work of the Manipura chakra, your will, and become more successful and self-confident.